MPW Mocklink TV and Mocklink Internet, online at mpw.org. Each weekday morning, our local talk segment brings you the people who are helping move our community forward. Let's start the show.
Good morning, AM 860 FM 95.1 KWPC. I'm Jordan Davis. Thanks for joining us here on this Monday. It's June 11th. Man, we're rolling right through June. I can't hardly believe that I thought it was May yesterday. So... but one more time, I want to remind everybody, say hello to Mocklink Phone, your new local phone company. Fiber customers get it now. Switching is easy, and you can keep your old number. Learn more at mpw.org. Joining me here in the studio this morning, Kevin Jenison, the communications manager. How are you this morning, Kevin?
Doing well.
Well, we're really excited to have you in. Now, Kevin, you know everything that's happening in and around Muscatine, and you're really a good source to be able to come to tell us just what we really need to know about what's happening here in Muscatine. So we're really excited to have you in. The city's doing a lot of really cool stuff. There's always something going on, and it's summertime. So
Very much so.
There's going to be a lot of stuff happening now. One thing that I know it's on a lot of people's minds right now is the construction that's happening. I know there's new construction that's going to be coming up pretty soon. What part of 2nd Street is that? That little block right in front of H&I or Hahn? Hahn is still blocked off, and there's other
Right.
stuff happening. What else is going on? Where are some of the places that you think we're going to see more construction?
Well, beyond, of course, Mississippi Drive, the corridor project there from Sycamore basically to Mad Creek, which includes that portion of 2nd Street that you talked about, will effectively be closed until the end of September. One of the things we learned last year is that we don't really want to open up part of Mississippi Drive and then have to close it again to finish off our work. So we're going to get everything done, make sure all the T's are crossed, I's are dotted, and then open up. And I think people are just going to be in awe of the vision and the goals that we've attained with this project. It's going to be a really nice connection between the river, Riverside Park, and downtown.
Yeah, from what I've seen of it that's been done, looks gorgeous.
It does, and we're going to be getting some drone coverage of the way it looks right now, and then kind of updated so people can look to our website for that in the future. Don't have it. We're still kind of working out the kinks on that, but it's going to be fun to see the progress. Kind of wish we had done it earlier, but hindsight is always perfect. So we keep working on that. Of course, 7th Street is being torn up, and with the West Hill Sewer Project, that was ahead of schedule. Now it's basically on schedule. There's right now they're working on paving from Iowa to Cedar, which is a really good thing considering we have the 4th of July parade coming up, and they use that Iowa 7th Street intersection to cross. Hate to see them walk through the mud or the millings or whatever it is, but that'll be done. Then there's just some repair work on the city streets. An interesting thing that people might find they can listen to is we will have a presentation on Thursday for the full depth patch project that our public works director Brian Steinman is working on, and that's just taking out sections of street that are really bad and replacing them with fresh concrete. Instead of doing an entire street, we'll just do one little section at a time. So that's going to be discussed at the council meeting on Thursday. Other than that, as far as construction is concerned, we're still talking about trying to get the roundabout in at Mulberry and 2nd sometime in the near future. Maybe start this winter, maybe not till next spring.
A roundabout at Mulberry and 2nd, like 2nd Street downtown?
Yes.
Really? There'd be a roundabout right there at that little...
Yep.
Interesting. Like that would be right on the corner of the Hahn and HI buildings, right there. Okay, that'll be interesting.
I've seen some of the preliminary designs. Of course, it's kind of on hold at the present time, pending some negotiations and other things. But the preliminary designs are very. It's a unique roundabout, but it's going to give really be very beneficial to the semi trucks that come through that intersection
I see.
and proceed on to Mississippi Drive and on south. We're taking into consideration the businesses that are there and try to work with them and around them, and so it's going to be quite unique.
That would have to be a kind of a unique roundabout in order to accommodate semis, because when I think about like the one over on Cedar Street, you think it would seem like it might be hard for a semi to get around one of those just because it's a little bit tighter than you'd think that you'd be able to take. So I can see why it might be kind of a challenge to get the roundabout up to speed for a big old semi trailer to get through.
Yeah, and we're trying to I say we, and I'm just the voice of getting the information out, but the engineers really thought outside the box when they started thinking about this project and what they wanted to do, and they looked to the future and how things should be and can be for the next 50 years. I mean, you certainly don't want to spend all this money and have to redo it in 5 or 10 years. So I think they came up with a good plan. It's going to be great. And I just can't wait to see the end result.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Now, it made me laugh when you said that. The next 50 years of what trucking and what it could look like for a semi to be getting through that. Well, who knows? We might have those self-driving ones that they've got already. That I think it's Elon Musk has been putting out those self-driving trucks. So we'll see.
I'm looking forward to the Jetsons. So
yeah,
I want the flying cars.
Absolutely, that would be great. Let's talk about Riverside Drive one more time. Why is that project happening? What was the driving component that's really pushed for this project to happen?
Well, one of the key factors was that when the engineers looked at it in the city and the key stakeholders that they brought in to talk about it, they wanted a better connection between Riverside Park and the river and the downtown area. Both of those projects are really growing, and you can see the excitement building for both the Riverside Park and for the downtown. The investment there is tremendous, but we just didn't have that connection. People liked Mississippi Drive the way it was, but it wasn't good for making that connection, good for the pedestrians who wanted to walk from Riverside Park to downtown. We needed additional parking. This redesign gives us tons of more parking for the downtown area.
Absolutely.
The slowing traffic down was another goal, and people may think that the lanes are actually narrower than what they were, but that's not. That's just an optical illusion because we went down to one lane. There's a lot of the goals that we looked at are being achieved with the redesign, but I think the main thing is that we wanted Riverside Park and the downtown to be that go-to place for visitors, for our residents, and it's going to be. I mean, it's really going to be a unique area that I think people will come to really enjoy.
And this redesign for the road is going to open up parking. It's going to make it a little bit more accessible than it was in the past.
Right.
So that's great. That's really great. Now you mentioned the 4th of July. It's coming right up. Like I said at the beginning, it's already June 11th. Holy cow!
Yeah, we're almost halfway through the year. You know what's with that?
Yeah. How in the world did that happen?
Yeah. Last thing I knew, it was snowing in April. So.
Yeah. No kidding. So 4th of July is coming up. There's a lot of stuff happening. There's a lot of events to attend. There's Soapbox Derby. There's the parade. There's the kids parade. I know there's fireworks in the evening.
Right.
Just all sorts of stuff. Can you tell us what are you most excited about for the parade or for the 4th of July?
Well, I'm excited because of all the things that are happening in the downtown area and throughout the community. Basically, there's more than just what's happening downtown, but it's really a good effort by all the people that are behind the scenes and working on this. Soapbox Derby, they've waived the entry fee now. So basically, all you have to do is send them an email that you've expressing interest in competing, and they'll sign you up. There's a youth division, 10 to 15 and 16 plus. They're going to break it up into 2 sessions to have the preliminaries, the qualifications in the late morning, early afternoon, and then have the finals after the parade, which really gives the people a break that are working the event.
Yeah, and I was just looking here because I remember when you said that that folks can be expressing interest in participating. I know that there's a date that you need to have your vehicle ready to be tested by, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, because I spoke to Councilman Brackett about it not too long ago, it's like the 22nd, I think.
Right.
22nd.
Let's see, a week, basically a week from this Saturday, or about 2 weeks. They will have the official check-in.
To check to make sure that your vehicle's safe. Yeah,
right.
that you can make the run without any issues.
Right. And that's going to be down, actually, the plan right now is to hold that weigh-in and show off your cars down on the section of Mississippi Drive from Iowa to Sycamore that's closed right now. So it's going to be kind of unique down there. But, you know, the kids' parade at 9 o'clock is going to go from, I think, Pine Street and finish up at the new library, which will be open. And I should mention that we have that grand opening coming up on June 30th for the new library and H&I Community Center. We have the big parade at 3 o'clock, I think it is. And so there's just so much going on the 4th of July that really excited. Of course, the orchestra is going to be playing again in the evening before the fireworks. So
that's right. Are they? And they're at the red brick building down there, isn't it? I can't remember.
I think the last thing I knew is that they were going to be down on the riverfront this year. I think that was still under discussion, but they would. That's kind of where they want to be. So I kind of hope they will be. Just a nice area for them and for people to come view and listen to the music, stay for the fireworks, which, as usual, will be launched over the river from the Illinois side, being attacked by Illinois again. So,
yeah.
It's if the weather's good, it's going to be fantastic. We do have a rain date. I think it's for the fireworks. It's the Thursday, the 5th, I think. I'll have to double check that, but.
And that's just in the case of there's fireworks. Or,
the fireworks, yeah.
If there's bad weather. Gotcha. Excellent. Well, I'm really excited. This is gonna be my first 4th of July here in Muscatine. I go home for the frog race in Aledo I go out and catch, oh my gosh, we catch like 50, 60, 70 frogs for my grandpa for the longest time has always donated like frogs. We'll bring them in so that people can rent them, and all the money goes to the club that puts on the frog race and stuff like that. So I'll be home for that the night before, but I'll definitely be back here in Muscatine for the 4th of July, all the stuff that's going to be happening. We're excited.
You know, that's just a shout out to Mark Twain and Huckleberry Finn and frog races that they had in the stories and everything. So great connection there with the river, and so it's all good.
Yeah, absolutely. Last thing that I wanted to ask you. So I remember I came here with some friends a few years ago. There was something going on down at the river, and it had something to do with boats, and I can't remember.
The hovercraft.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is that? And is that coming past already? Have I missed that? Or
no, you have not missed that. That's I haven't seen anything for this year. Sometimes they do rotate it between venues. We did have it last summer. It's just a unique event. See those boats gliding over Mississippi River. They have very unique competitions between the groups, and it's always fun to see them lined up along the riverfront there, and just check them out. I mean, there's a lot of money in those boats too.
No kidding.
But people really don't get to see them too much, and they're a lot of fun to be on. Just gliding over the water and then gliding over land, basically.
Yeah.
Because that's how they come up the
ramp.
and park. So.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. I can remember that. I can remember that happening. So but I couldn't remember when it was or what it was about or what all of the.
Usually it's in the latter part of July, I think.
Okay. So we're still a little ways out. We can get some planning in to figure out when we can be there. So, well, thank you so much, Kevin. You've given us a lot to think about. A lot of things going on here in Muscatine. Really, really appreciate you telling us about construction, because I know that's on a lot of people's minds a lot of the time.
You just got to be aware of what's going on, and we have a website, muscatineiowa.org/construction, that'll tell you everything you need to know about it. So just be alert, be aware, slow down, take your time.
Watch for workers.
Watch for workers. The state takes a very dim view of hitting those construction workers, and so are the construction workers. But
yeah, right. Yeah, so we like to keep everybody as safe as possible.
That's right.
That's the key. Well, thanks so much, Kevin. Once again, Kevin Jenison joining us here for Moving Forward. He's the communications manager here for the city of Muscatine. We really appreciate him joining us this morning.
Well, thank you. Be ready to come back.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kevin. One more time, MachLink is always Muscatine's fastest internet, and gigabit speed is coming. MachLink TV beats satellite, and it includes video and music streaming. New subscribers save big even more when you bundle. Learn more at mpw.org. Well, thank you once again to Kevin for joining us. This has been Moving Forward on AM 860 and FM 95.1 KWPC and the voice of Muscatine.com.
This has been Moving Forward on KWPC, AM 860, FM 95.1, the voice of Muscatine. Moving Forward is brought to you by MPW Digital TV and MachLink Internet, a designated Blue Zones worksite. Browse to mpw.org. And remember, Moving Forward, local guests making good things happen in the community. Weekdays at 8:15.